Really?
The video already seems to be just cutting out every now and again. I don't know whether that's my internet. Yeah, it's just going to buffering all the time.
Really?
Technology. Love it.
Seems alright, isn't it? Like, it's not isn't it?
It might be because I'm on this internet.
Ha! That was one Sundrax.
Huh?
3, 3, 1.
Is it on it?
Yes, because I know what happens here. I remember this bit.
This one good. Things are really sure.
Spuds and Spuds. Wow.
Well, guys, love these in news.
Okay.
Enjoy your game. I might pick you up tomorrow.
Yes.
Nah, bother.
See you in the morning.
Take it easy.
Bye.
See you later, dude. Right.
Bye.
Both of them for Saturday? Yeah, that's fine. I'll message Bob, find out Yuri. Oh, yeah. Magnus are going to be there. Oh, yeah. No, they did.
Ding, 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 ding. I can't actually see the stream on the phone. It looks alright. Eddie, you still dropping out on the old stream?
It's on mine, but it might just be my internet.
Well, I think we've got Giles with us now. I don't know if you can hear us. Giles, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Hooray!
Hooray, we've got a big song. You're right,
well, that was 7 grades of awful, but yeah, carry on.
We're good? We're alright?
I'm alright.
Do you have a camera, Giles, or are you off camera tonight?
I don't have a camera on this PC. I'll need to get one at some point.
You having a shy day?
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah.
To be fair, the picture's uncanny. Looks like you.
Yeah.
Good.
Right, so unless Noodle joins us, we are pretty much set to go.
See if this works.
I don't suppose you've heard of from Noodle.
Well, she was chatting earlier, so yeah.
That leads down.
I'll leave her to it until if she pops up, she pops up.
Can you hit that light off?
Right,
Because it's just in the camera.
Seems like an audio run through that.
we all ready?
Switch for that.
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Where's the switch?
Yeah.
Let's see if this does what I need it to do. Without
No, now I'm in darkness. Yay.
There we go.
Can you turn the big light on there? Play that myself. No, I'm in complete darkness.
It should change on the Twitch now, Eddie. Yep.
No, better with the light on.
Got it sorted.
You now see our beautiful faces.
Jeez. 2 seconds behind. Ah, there we go. Yeah.
Lovely.
Turn my general direction.
Hello, Swindon.
This is pretty good audio.
So, hold on, right. You ready? Get to my notes. Good evening. Welcome to Spells. Yes. I'm the Dungeon Master, and the rest of the beautiful lot are my party. We've got a couple of members that may join us a bit later. We have, with the beard and the bald head and the headphones on, aka Big Sam, playing the bard called Argan. Then we have redhead with the glasses, Nala the barbarian. Then we have grey-haired, beautiful face, no camera, Giles, aka Snowball, aka Sendrax, the Dragonborn Paladin. Then we
Pretend
have
I'm waving.
He's waving. Then we have the cheeky face Mr. Eduardo, who is playing the naive Malzeth, the wizard. And then we have a new member with us, who's going to stay with us for a little bit, is Maria. And she'll be playing. It's a surprise until the players meet.
Hooray!
Right, so first of all, some of you should be able to see that we are still sponsored by Magic Madhouse and their game shop, Aldershot. So loads of love and thank you to them. If you want to go to Magic Madhouse website, it's www.magicmadhouse.co.uk. If you are anywhere near Aldershot and you want to pop in their shop and have a see what's going on, www.thegameshop.co.uk. Or jump on our Spuds and Spells Facebook page and they're on there as well. So, just a little cheeky one before we start doing a bit of a recap. Mr. Eduardo, give us a wave, Mr. We've said before he will be doing his own campaign is on a Monday, and we're going to start streaming that as of next Monday. So if you want to see how Eduardo does it to my bold self, look out for little notifications that tell you we're going live on Monday. Do we have anything else to add before I go recap of Doom?
Something that was good seeing people at the weekend. Hopefully there was some pictures of us all. And,
At the weekend?
Yeah.
Weekend just passed. Many of us were at the Lorien Trust LARPing, so if you see a lot of photos of us running around like lunatics on Facebook, it's all Eddie's fault. Right, so, recap of last week. Oh, and Mr. Giles, you've not been with us for a little while, so you're in for a treat.
Yay!
So you left. You go to Gen Con.
Yeah.
You get another daffodil.
Jet setting. So, in the port town of Toul, you discovered that your friends, your elven friend and your dragonborn friend, disappeared in the night. Good bet, it's the incubus and succubus that turned up and said, "Hello, Malzeth, haha." You then accepted the task of the elves, of Lady Akiko, to help her retrieve the Kameno items. And off you went. You took horses, spent a couple of days mingling with the elves, getting to know them. Friends were made. You encountered a lovely chap called Barclay, who turned out to be an absolute twazzick, but you know.
Thieving.
Yeah, thievings, yeah. So, 2.5 days in, you get what we like to call in the business ambush. And it wasn't just an ambush. The entire entourage, which consisted of several servants, some highly skilled warriors, Lady Akiko herself, her head guard, this beautiful party you see before you, they were engaged with 3 wyverns, a lot of dragonborn in heavy armour, wielding great swords with a curved edge, that attacked Lady Akiko and her 2 wagons, whilst the player party you see before you were engaged in a action-packed, darkness-filled fight with a 10-foot lizard man of doom swinging a club, but don't worry, now he's got it. And his little mates joined in and threw some spears and spells. Not spuds, spears. Killed them all. During your lovely friend Barclay, he decided to run away, steal some stuff, and be gone to the wind. Once the battle had all calmed down, you turned around to see the devastation before you. All the dragonborn attackers were dead. One of the wyverns were dead. You saw 2 of the wyverns with riders riding away into the sunset, too far out of distance for you to alter said path. The Averial elf with the black wings was flying, hovering just above the turned over wagons after finishing casting spells. The warrior, she was still alive. You saw the last blow of Lady Akiko's head guard, as he also took down the last of the dragonborn attackers. Lady Akiko herself took a blow and hit the deck. So, you see before you lots of dead things with scales and armour, 2 turned over wagons, horses dead, 1 dead wyvern, a black-winged elf, a dark-skinned elf, and Lady Akiko out cold on the floor. 3, 2, 1. You're in the room. Maria, not you. Giles, not you.
Right.
Hold on, guys. Does anyone see Barclay?
Where is he? Was here.
And I've died.
Wasn't he stood next to you, Malzo?
I thought he was. Barclay, my friend.
Is he down somewhere?
I cannot have a look around the car. Yeah.
You have a look around the car. Give me an investigation check.
My internet's stable.
18.
18. So, as you're moseying around the car and just like stepping over the larger creatures that you know to be dragonborn in their armour, you can see that you pull back the door of Lady Akiko's broken wagon, and you can see that there has been movement in there as though somebody was overzealously searching through things. Chests are open, cushions are moved. You probably would have put it down to the wagon being flipped, but you've seen battle in your little deserty time. You can guess someone's taken stuff or not taken stuff. I'll give you that just for Barclay.
I'll come out and be like, my friends, I think we have the Arabs have been robbed. I don't think Barclay will be with us anymore.
I don't know who's Barclay.
Well, everybody else is here. And I can't look around there, even the ones who are dead.
You have a good point about that.
As you were looking around, the Averial elf floats down to stand with the dark-skinned elf, and they're both crouched knelt at the side of Lady Akiko.
Oh shit. I'll walk over to Lady Akiko, see if she needs any healing.
Give me a medicine check.
Rolling dice already.
Oh yeah. Well, you complained that you only got perception, so I'm giving you a medicine check.
Oh, grand. That's how I'm a no.
That's how I'm a lucky man. Remember, you've not had a long rest. All right. So
I know. I've used everything. I did. I've got a 7.
Okay, so you know she's not dead.
Yeah. I ask, the one of the elves, maybe the drow lady.
She looks at you. Agan, can you do anything?
I can cure wounds if that's what afflicting her.
Please try. You can see the panic just physically around her. You've been so used to her being so stoic. She's off balance.
I cast cure wound at a level 3.
How many?
3d8 plus 3.
All right, then let me know. Get them rolled, lad.
Oh, wow. Making my work for it today.
Maria. Well, you see, taking a little trek. You're a bit further afoot than you're used to coming out of your little area of care. And what interested you was seeing the 3 wyverns in the sky and how far they were. So you've made your way there over the last hour or two. You followed them, as it were. You saw them dive to an area just up ahead. When you've made yourself over the way of the rockier bits and hill bits, you can look down and you see the 2 wyverns just flying away, and you'd see this this devastated battlefield, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 figures just moving around in between what's left of a fight.
AD, I got 19 points of healing.
19. Cheers, Bob. Maria, do you approach or do you wait?
I would probably scout round.
Okay, you scoot round.
Because I don't know if they're friendly or not.
Are you scooting safely, or are you just pottering round to the edge?
I'm just sort of keeping my distance, but
are you hiding?
Watching. Yeah, let's call it that.
Okay, stealth check.
Okay.
So on your character sheet, you got a list of skills. One of them will be stealth.
Yep. So just remind me what I'm rolling for that.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Pretty much everything's a d20 unless you're doing damage on something.
Well, that was a nat 20 plus.
You rolled a natural 20.
First roll of the game, boys.
She's in with 3 seconds.
It's gotta be beginner's luck, man.
Alright, so what's your total?
24.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, totally up. Okay. So basically, there's another skill on there called perception. I would need to roll 24 or more to see you hiding. So that's why.
Okay.
Cool. So you go, keeping yourself low, ducking behind rocks and such, just to keep out of their sight and working your way around to see if you can get a better look.
Yeah.
Lady Akiko comes around. You see the warmth flow from Argan's musical words. They cover her. She stirs. She's looking up at her 2 elven guardians, and she sees Argan's face. She just looks up with a casual smile. Entertainer. What happened? Where? And she sort of struggles to get up. She's still weak despite the healing.
You seem to have took a bit of a bad hit there, Lady Akiko.
She looks down at her robes and sees that they're tattered and bloody where she's been hit. Some of it her blood, some of it not. And she puts her hand on her chest, and you can see the cub, the tiger cub paw, start glowing on the amulet. Her amulet starts glowing. She gets rinsed in a warm light, as do you, as do the 2 elves. You take 11 points of healing, Argan.
I will take 1.
Yeah.
Because I can't have any more. Unless I can have overheal.
No. And
you
can see some of the wounds on the Avriel elf and the drow heal up, and more of the wounds on Lady Akiko heal, and she stands up. And now the drow lass is back to her solid stone self, just stood at the side. The Avriel elf, he's a bit more relaxed, but he's kind of scooting around having a look. My lady, I will do a perimeter check to make sure we are still safe. And he just flies up into the air. And he's about 60 feet in the air, and he's just having a pot around. The drow lass just sort of drops her head. Lady Akiko, she's like, Argon, was it?
Yes, my lady. I try and emulate the nod.
She's looking around at all the dead elves and the dead half elves and dead dragonborn. This is not right. Where's the rest of your party?
Well, we've lost Barclay in the madness.
I do not know the name.
The guide.
The one with the long black thick hair.
Yeah. As I recall, he had big long hair. Yes. Had a strange accent, though. I'm not. Ada, where's Atene? Is she with us or?
Yeah, Atene is
looting the bad guys.
She's looting the bad guys. She is scooting around for tracks and stuff. She's on the perimeter, seeing if trying to attempt where these dragonborn come from. And she's following them back, just having a look at tracks and stuff. She's not far.
Lady Akiko, may I ask, were you expecting this, or
no, not. Bandits on the road is one thing, but these are not bandits.
Well, no, this was an assassination by the looks of it.
I would say you are correct, my entertainer friend. Is your lady okay?
Lady Atene?
Yes.
I gaze a look to her going through the pockets of her dragon ball. Yeah, she looks alright to me.
That is good. This will not do. We need to. I have no idea what to do.
I turn to Nala and Maldef. What do you guys think?
What was the question?
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go? Well, you have two options, I think. One, you return to your ship and try and gather what forces you can in Port 2 and reassess the situation. Or we can press on as a smaller or tighter knit group to achieve the goal. There are perhaps enough of us here to press onto this bronze fold if we sustain a single attack, such as the wyverns or anything else. Really, we might struggle. We would have to be quicker and more careful if we wish to press onto bronze fold.
More low key.
Yes.
Maria, you're a lot closer now, and you can hear their voices, but you can't hear what they're saying. You're using the wagons that are tipped over and the horses that are just strewn on the floor as cover.
Okay.
But you're still hidden.
Okay. Yeah.
We
As you get a bit closer, you can see that with them they have a very large, what you know to be a Goliath race. She's about 8 foot, heavy set, thick muscles, carries a massive axe. You have a young, dark-haired lad with a musical instrument on his back talking to this, who he's calling Lady. And there is a young gentleman, human-looking, with garb of the desert lands. And you see another half-elf. She's off to the side. She's further away from you. She's about 60, 70 feet from you. She's checking the fallen dragonborn. She has long blonde hair.
Okay. I suppose, like, at this point, I wouldn't, like, really feel threatened or anything, so I would...
You're just going to step out?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Maria steps out, and you all see... Maria, describe yourself.
Half-elf, tall, slender, red hair, kind of like tribally-esque markings, dressed very much to blend in with her home, which would have been the forest lands. Piercing, sort of yellowish eyes, stubby pointers, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
How are you stepping? Where are you stepping out from?
From behind a wagon, by the sounds of it.
Enemy. Die before the Akiko. No.
Who's closest
I guess
to
as
her?
you step out, flames start flickering around my fingers. And I'm like, who are you?
My name is Lorna Thana.
Are you a friend of foe? I'm assuming you're not attacking. Please.
I'm sorry.
Don't jump to conclusions now, Malzef. We've been through this.
What are
Who
your
are you,
intentions?
This one doesn't seem very trusting.
You have to understand we have just been attacked. What are your intentions here?
None. I was simply just passing by, and I happened to see this ground desecrated, and I wanted to investigate. Are you friendly?
It depends on what your intentions are. I think we're friendly if you're just passing by.
Oh, you must believe that my intentions are pure.
We must. We must believe you. Yes, I get that.
Yes, you must. You must.
Yes, let's go. Malzef, count it.
Right. Well, perhaps you might be able to help us with some of these wounded. We need all the bodies that we can get. We shouldn't leave them out in the open like this. Or dead, even. If you
I
are
didn't quite
willing
catch
to-
the end of that, sorry.
If you are willing to spend a little bit of time to help us, we have a lot of dead bodies here.
Sure, I can help you, yeah.
I did not catch your name. What was it, sorry?
It is Lorna Thana.
Lorna Thana. I am Malzef. This is Argon and Nala. And over there is a tank.
It is very nice to meet you.
Right.
The
should.
The drow steps forward, blade out.
I think she's friendly. She's friendly.
Persuasion check, Argon. With advantage.
You see, all those winks and songs got me an advantage. It's all about the role play.
All about the roleplay.
I'll just crack out the bottom board.
We have 17 on persuasion.
She looks at Rothana and then she looks back at you. She doesn't put her sword away, but she steps back away from the situation. Lady Akiko beckons the drow over, and they start talking in hushed whispers.
While the elves talking, I call Argon over and Nala.
So Argon and Nala come over.
We have to think. We have to think
all
about.
clumping together, and she comes over.
The drow.
We have to think about Syndrax.
We have to think about what, Malzef?
We have to think about Syndrax. The two succubi and incubi said that we have to go through with whatever the mission is for them and collect whatever they wanted to collect for them.
So we're carrying on then.
We have to go. We have to go forward. It's whether or not the elves do.
If not, we'd have to come up with some other way and tool to get to them.
Agon?
Yep.
Do you have any healing left?
Yes.
Can I have some, please?
Ooh, I don't know. Give me a smile, Nala. Give me a smile. Oh, it works. It works. I cast Cure Wound at level 3. And do... 19 points of healing.
19. Wow.
Thank you.
So the bard
Told you.
and cleric.
Told you, mate. I am the healer.
So it is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the third day that you set off. So you know you've got about 5 days to go. All 4 horses are dead. Wyman's dead, so it'd all be on foot. There is quite a deliberate track ahead of you, like Barclay was leading you on a road. It wasn't off-road. Educated guess from your little conversations with Barclay and such, it is just a road that leads you all the way to Bronze Falls. It just happens to be a long way. While you are discussing, the Averial elf in the sky swoops down, lands on one of the wagons, and he's like, we have a problem.
What's that?
I don't know how many hours back, but there are riders coming towards us. Not wagons, riders.
How many?
A cluster of them. I cannot count from this far, which means we have a head start. But I do not know how. Say again, wizard.
Do they look aggressive? Are they coming with purpose, or are they just?
They're riding. That is all I know. They're just a cluster of riders. They're obviously far away if I cannot see their detail from the sky.
Adi, can I climb up on one of the wagons and look around the landscape?
You can. You can't see what he's pointing out, which tells you they are far away.
What I'm looking for is wooded areas.
Okay, give me... You see wooded areas slightly off, like they're further away from the road. Give me an investigation check.
An investigation, would it?
Investigation. Yeah. No, give me perception. Just give me perception.
What would I?
Perception. Perception!
Perception. Ooh. Told you. I rolled 2 things in this game. 22.
20. So stood on the road. The road itself is going south towards Bronze Falls. And you're looking around, and you can see a southeasterly direction. If you come off the road, you'll go into a more hilled and raised area where there are, I say, clumps of trees. There's like, they're clumped in about 10s and 12s. If they just grew a few more trees in between, they'd probably make a forest.
I lean to the winged elf and say, if we take our people there, we'll at least have cover and might be able to hide from them.
Attain looks at Attain agrees. Yes, Argan is right. We need to get off. We need to get off the road.
Raratana, do you know the forest around this area? Or are you just passing through?
He's talking to you, Lathana.
I didn't hear.
So do you know the forest? Do you know the forest around this area? Are you just passing through this?
I still can't hear you.
Do you know the forest around this area, or are you just passing through?
Would I know the forest around this area?
You know it enough that you'd feel comfortable near any wooded area. It's not your direct homeland, but it's like nipping out every now and then isn't such a problem.
Yes, I believe I do. Area. I should be able to find somewhere safe for us.
I'm inclined to take a massive risk here and ask if you take us off this path.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
I
do
can
not
do
know
that.
these lands at all.
The winged elf's like, so what we're doing?
We're going over there, and I point towards the wooded area.
Okay. He walks off to Lady Akiko and the drow, and starts. He waits for Lady Akiko to finish whispering.
Do you have any traditions with your dead? Said to the winged elf.
You say it's the winged elf. He stops before he sets off, and he's like, under normal circumstances, yes.
We may have to leave them here.
Then my lady will decide what to do after them. Right now, my concern is her safety.
I would suggest that you gather anything off them that might be useful, or anything that might be able to help us survive in the forest. We do not know how long we will have to stay out.
He immediately takes the head guard's curved longsword, replaces it in his sheath, takes it off him, and he takes an amulet off him after taking his plate helmet off. Lady Akiko just gives him a nod, and he straps it.
Is there anything of value in the cart that you need to take? I suggest
Lady
we burn
Akiko whispers to the drow, and the drow, she does a couple of skips, leaps into the wagon. She's gone a minute, and she comes back. My Lady Akiko, it's gone. And Lady Akiko, she says nothing, but she's looking incredibly panicked. She comes over. The drow helps her up into the wagon. She's lost like all lady-esque movement. She's just diving in. She's into that thingy. And you just hear, no! And she comes back out. Your friend has endangered us all. The one with the dark hair.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean?
He's stolen something not his.
Well, why has that put us all in danger?
It is more the danger that will come at us that I can no longer defend against.
Right, well, Lady Akiko, now is not the time to speak in riddles. You need to speak straight with us.
Yes, you are right. She gets off, and she's quite down about it. The drow and the winged elf are not messing about now. They're like up and this way. Follow the tins people, and the winged elf flies into the air again to keep an eye out. Drow has got her sword out, and she's well on guard, and she looks to Attain and yourselves. Lead on quickly.
Newbie, lead on quickly.
So Attain stood next to Lathan, and she's like, "Hello, I'm Attain. Let's go this way."
You could be leading you anywhere.
It's pretty much good. So Lathan, do you just head towards the wooded area that Argon pointed out?
Yeah, I'm gonna guide the guy. Yeah. Once we get there, I'm gonna maybe see about creating a safe space, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, cool. So you head up towards the woodland area, and you get there pretty quickly. It takes you about 10 minutes or so, like getting off the road, climbing up the hill bits, over a few rocks.
As we're leaving
Go on.
the fight area, I turn back and I yell "Gore" and fire off a firebolt into the cart to basically start burning it.
Okay. Roll damage.
Well, I'm just going to keep doing it basically until it burns. If you don't want me to roll, so I'll literally just keep doing it if it's not burning.
Oh.
But it ignites any flammable objects that it hits.
Cool. You see a smoke gathering and the smoulder, and you see flames flickering around the inside and outside near the wheels and such. And you all bugger off to the woodlands, yeah?
Cool. Yeah.
So you get.
Hey, Eddie, out of interest, how long would it take me to unbuckle a bless plate from these one of these down elven soldiers?
Give me a dex check.
19.
Fine, you get one off in about a minute to 2 minutes.
would it count as a breastplate in medium armor? Or
Yeah, an actual breastplate. Yeah. Take it as breastplate. Who did you take it off?
The head guard.
Spotting.
The head guard.
It seems he's already got like his amulet taken off.
All right, cool. You take it off the head guard. Right, so
I don't put it on. I just kind of walk with it.
Yeah, that's fine. So you guys are getting a bit of hightail up to the woodland area. You get to the woodland area, and the trees they're not massive trees. They're not like the trees of like Heroes Rome and such. It's a very hot country. So the trees are a bit thinner and slender. But there's enough of them that you can kind of keep yourselves out of sight and low. And because it's higher up on the hill and where the rockery bit is, you can see, I said down, you can see down the slope towards where the fight was. Lothana, you, what are you doing when you said you safe space?
I want to check out the grind, the actual like sort of grind, see where it would be loose enough for me to do a mold earth cantrip.
Okay. Yep.
Is that a perception check or?
No. You get it straight away. You have a look, and you know that you could probably get it off in this area.
So, like, could I create maybe some kind of barrier for us?
How big can you do?
Let me see, 30 feet.
All right. Yeah, you can give yourself a little barrier.
I'm just cross-checking that. Let me see.
So
it's 30 feet by 5 feet, so
5 foot cubes. So you make 5 foot cubes either like change slightly, or you can make it difficult terrain, that kind of stuff. Lasts for an hour.
Right.
So you make a wall basically. So it doesn't.
So you could, because it's a cantrip, you could just keep using it in a row basically. But
yeah. So in short, that's what I'm doing. I'm just building us kind of like a safe space.
So while you guys get there, you see Lothana starts whispering in a language none of you recognise, but you have heard it being muttered before with your time with Elantara. And she's pulling out bits of thorn and bits of leaf, and you can see the earth around where she's gazing start to form and come up and create this natural looking, barrier, as it were. And it's big enough and long enough that if you were to hide behind it, it's sheltering you from sight from anyone looking up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst you're doing that, Lady Akiko, as soon as one of the walls are down, she's sat with her back against it. She's just staring at the floor. This is very out of character for her, of what you've known so far. The drow is full on struggling to even crouch. She just wants to be stood straight, sword out. And the Averial elf is still in the sky, flying around. Right, I'm going to cut over to Giles.
Hello.
Right.
Hi up.
So, Mr. Snowball.
Hey.
The last thing you remember as Sendrax was you were in the White Locks Tavern and you were keeping yourself hidden because, that was the plan. Had your massive robes, got a room, you went upstairs, you were in the room, you did your usual security, put the table there. And then, out of nowhere, the very familiar incubus and succubus appeared in your room.
Balls.
Immediately, they went on the offensive and tried to use their charm magics to bring you under their sway, but you resisted it quite well. And as you went forwards, they were armed slightly different. So, whereas before you saw them in their beautiful clothing and rings and jewellery, they were armed with beautiful scaled armour and thin curved blades. It was a very quick scuffle because the very next time they used their charm on you, you succumbed to it. Under said charm, you all left. Well, you left out the window. They just disappeared. They just disappeared and reappeared in the alleyway. Once you were out the building, the charm wore off again. You resisted it again. They were incredibly frustrated with you. It turned into a bit of a fight. Things got knocked over, barrels, boxes. but they were moving around a lot more skilled than their apparent clothing first told you in that tavern. They knew how to use their blades. They knew how to deflect blows. As you tried to get off your signature thunder booming knock of death strike, or whatever it is you kids call it these days, again they used a third charm on you, and you succumb to it again. Next thing you realise is you lay on the floor, but you I said lay, you hit the floor. So it's almost like you're frozen and then just fall forwards, and you remember this. They try and drag you a little bit, but realise you're a bit of a big lad, covered in armour. So they just hold you, and you fade into an ethereal plane, and you can see it's almost like you're covered in mist, but it's almost a replica of where you are behind Whitelocks, but it's just different. Your hand moves slower in front of you, if you're waving running and such, and then you fade to sleep. You awake in a barred, swinging cage. You can't see anything beneath you, and it's quite dark all around. You got dark vision, haven't you, as Dragon Ball?
Just navigate this new character sheet.
Yeah.
Where does that show on my character sheet on the new
Not
one?
a clue. Let's go with yes for the narrative. And if it doesn't work, it's an after effect. Let's go with that.
Fantastic.
So, as you're swinging in this small cage, you see Elantara. You see a blue-scaled Dragonborn, very recognisable, that you know from about a week ago. You're all in this cage. The blue-scaled Dragonborn's unconscious. Elantara's unconscious, but moaning a bit. You're groggy. You feel not wounded like you have been in a fight, but you feel like hungover.
Mm-hmm.
You look out from the cage and you can see that there's a stone walling around you, and the cage is high enough that even with you see in the dark, you cannot see the bottom, but you can see the walls, and they have a red shimmer to them. You have no idea where they are. There's nothing else to focus on. You're just in a swinging cage. You have a moment where Elantara comes round, and you speak with her. She explains that she can get out. She can go help. She can go find the others. And well, you agree. So she shape changes into a small hunting bird, like kestrel size, and she sits on your arm, gives a little nuzzle with her feathers, and she flies off into the darkness. So whilst you're swinging away, you don't know how long it's been since you were captured. As you see her fluttering off, you just hear behind you a familiar voice of Rygash. Hello, bounty. Still $5,000.
Still $5,000.
You're unarmoured, by the way. No weapons, no nothing. Before you start thunder striking everyone.
You can thunder strike. We're an unarmed strike. I'm just saying.
And Rygash just sits up, and he's just in, like, he's topless. You're topless. You're just in basic truth. And he's just got his back to the thing, and he's just looking at the cage floor, and then he looks up at you. He's massively wounded, but they're healing naturally rather than magically.
How did they get you?
They're quite charming when they wish to be.
Why did they get you?
Why? I do not know.
No bounty on you, is there?
Well, not that I'm aware of.
Maybe we missed the memo. Maybe it's $10,000 for a blue dragonborn.
Wow. You could cash in on the $10,000. $10,000 for me, $5,000 for you. We can live the dream.
Depends what they want with me. Or you.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, so would I.
Where's the
10? I don't know.
Did anyone else get away?
Get away from what?
We were attacked on the ferry. That's the last thing I remember.
Oh, yeah, no, we were fine. We no troubles. We dealt with a lot. Everyone was fine. When I last saw them, they were all fine.
How are you here?
Well, to coin a phrase, they can be persuasive when they want to be.
Maybe we should work on that.
What? Them being less persuasive or us getting out of these cages?
Column A, column B. I don't suppose you've seen my hat. He looks around the cage.
I'm assuming if you can't see the hat within inside the confines of the cage you're in, it's not there.
You're a very direct chap. Sendrax, was it?
I'm in a very direct mood. I'm in a cage. It focuses the mind.
Can you break the bars?
I don't know. I can give it a go. Not promising you anything. I'll have a go at breaking the bars. Strength roll.
Aye.
The forte.
16.
16. So, you grip hold of them. Your enormous 6'6" scaled Olympian body of an Adonis, and you start pulling. And there is a slight creaking, and then they shift slightly under your pull, but they don't quite go. There's definitely a stronger metal than you're used to bending over your head or your knee.
How quiet is it round us at the moment? Are we relatively secluded?
You're swinging in darkness.
Right.
Yep.
At the point of the metal where I've weakened it.
Yeah.
I'm going to breathe. I'm going to breathe cold onto it.
Oh. He's using science, ladies and gentlemen.
The
Combo breaker. Okay, you step back and you unleash your inner code. You roll the damage of it and let me know what you get.
All right. 3 points of damage.
3?
Yeah. It's only 2d6.
It's a possible 12, man. So, as you step back and you breathe on it, the cold, frosty air comes out of your maw, and then it goes onto the bars, and you can see the frost forming on the 2 bars that you just bent slightly. And then you see most of it fade away, but a little bit, and you hear a little chuckle. Well, maybe we should find you your halberd.
Maybe we should, but to do that, we need to get out of this cage.
And he's looking around. Let's see. So Rygesh, he's searching around on the floor of the cage, and there's bits of crap in there, and like straw like you were in for. And he finds a very small metal shard. And he's like, maybe this will do. And he like moves around and he finds the lock. We'll do that, Rygesh. And he pulls out a 25. And he, so he starts filling about with the lock. And he's like listening close. There's a little bit of a ting and a ping. And then the tumblers just fall into place. And he goes... And you see the door open of it just swings slowly open of the cage. He's looking down. He's like, don't suppose you know how far down it is.
There's only one way to find out, Rygesh.
Are you suggesting we leap?
Do we have any way of making fire? Set fire to some straw, drop that down, see how far it goes.
I could use my... I could breathe lightning for you if you wish in this metal cage.
Well, it's that or fall to your death.
All right. So he steps back. He's a bit near the edge where the door's open now. and he breathes lightning, and it hits and just crackles all around the metal cage. You take... It's the mod dice. You take 7 points of lightning damage as it crackles around the cage and sparks off onto you. You have a few scales, a bit blackened from the singe. He looks around. No fire. Man of Faith?
Man of Faith.
Rygesh leaps out the cage. And disappears into the darkness.
Wait for the...
Ow!
Are you dead?
Give me a perception check.
I love that. Faith, not stupidity.
13.
You hear nothing come back.
Oh.
This is awkward. My cage is still shut, isn't it?
No, you're in the same cage. You're both in the same
Oh, right.
cage.
Oh, right. We're both in the same cage. Fine.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
thought we were separate cages.
No.
Right. Fine. In which case, silence telling me nothing. There's nothing around the cage I can use as a rope or anything like that.
Nope.
Then what I shall do is
Sing arcade.
I'm not gonna swing it. I'm gonna climb out of the cage and get a handhold onto the base of the cage
Okay.
and then drop from there.
Just to take 6 feet off.
Oh no!
Instead of 1,000 and 6 feet, it's just 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me an athletics check while you climb under.
21.
So you while scratching your chest with one hand, you just sort of one hand climb under the under the cage, hang down all orangutan style, and let go. As you start falling, it's not like a normal fall when you fall out of a tree or you tumble down the stairs where it's quite quick. There is a resistance to you falling, and you start going really, 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 really fast. But there's a very big resistance coming towards you to start slowing you down.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
You take. I wonder if you can all hear how many dice I just pulled out.
I've heard him. I've heard them.
I say there's a superhero landing here. 3 points dance. With a few bones broken.
Okay, so as you come flying down, the floor's rushing up towards you, and for a split second, you see a blue-shaped lizard creature, which you can only assume is Rygesh, the sparked out on a stone, rocky, cave-esque floor. There's blood coming out of his mouth, and he just sort of turns his head to look at you as you hit the deck next to him and take 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
All right. Did you? How many? And he was at 32.
32, yeah.
Right.
Good job he hit you with thunder first.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be in real trouble. Right.
Took it on his chin.
You give me a Constitution save.
20.
Oh,
Not
that's
natural.
fine. You hit the deck. It's supernatural. You hit the deck. A lot of wind is forced out of you. You roll over. You hear a crunch. No snaps. A couple of your ribs feel incredibly bruised, but you're a 6'6" silver dragonborn of Bayek. A simple 80-foot fall does nothing to you.
Oh shit.
First things first, even though I don't like him, I'm gonna have to use some of my laying hands on Rygesh.
Never thought you'd see that day, would you?
No. I'm going to call on the power of Bayek and heal him 10 points of damage.
Boom. You see his broken arm fixed back together, and the broken scales across the back of his shoulder and some on his ribs. They sort of just like reform themselves. He heals. He does a small gasp for air. Comes up. Well, Sendrax, never leap of faith. That was wow.
Can you stand?
I can now, thank you. And he tests his knees as he's getting up. Where are we? And you look around, and you.
One moment, lad. 1 moment.
Go on.
I'm now going to use my remaining of my lay on hands on myself, which is 15 hit points back.
Beautiful. So, before you are 2 tunnels. One sort of immediately goes out and drops sharply downwards. The other one doesn't drop as sharply downwards.
One drops sharply downwards and the other one doesn't drop as sharply downwards.
Yes. Don't mock my narrative, lad.
I'm not mocking your narrating. I'm weighing up my options.
The cage drops on the ceiling.
Mrs. Rygash just lands on you.
Rygash tucks again, man of faith.
Yeah. So Rygash is like, well, you're the meat shield. Which way do you want to go?
Let's go right.
Let's go right. So you go down the one that drops sharply, yeah?
Yeah.
Go. As you set off on adventure with your best friend in all the world, Rygash.
Yay!
We will skip back to the Earth Fortress of Doom, as made by Lothana in the forest. So you finished making your little barricade, Lothana. You're confident enough that they can hide behind it and not be seen, but you guys have a pretty decent visual of the leftovers of the fight. Moment passes and the winged elf drops beside you. On closer inspection, there are 15 of them. They are riding creatures of their homeland. They are not riding horses.
Creatures of what?
They're dragonborn. They're dragonborn entertainer.
So they're riding dragons.
They're not riding dragons. They're just riding scaled beasts.
I'll take my jacket. I take my jacket off and start changing my armor to the breastplate.
Cool. You take a minute or two to put the breastplate on. As soon as you start putting it on, the drow steps forward and puts her blade to your throat. I will not wear his armor.
What we're about to do is incredibly dangerous. The armor I was wearing doesn't let me sneak very well. I assume we need all the advantages we can get away with.
Persuasion check, disadvantage.
Still a 15.
She steps back again, lowers her sword, looks at Lady Akiko, who gives her a nod.
It's not an insult, I assure you.
Lady Akiko looks across to her and she's like, Argon, you may wear it for a time.
I will give you back.
Right.
I put on the breastplate.
As soon as you put it on, you feel similar to when you do a healing word. That sort of musical harmony that comes out when you're focusing. You feel that run across your body, but then it fades immediately.
Okay. I using my newfound ability to not be at disadvantage of stealth.
So it is Argon. right in this moment in time, it is a breastplate +1.
Okay.
Right. You see this little exchange. You hear the conversation. Attain is looking over the walls. Are you just waiting? Are you doing anything? What are you doing?
We need to figure out whether we are going to go back to Tool or if we are going to go to Brunswick.
So, Lafana, you know that there is a town directly west of where you are called Matrido, and it's about 2.5 days from where you are. Bronze Falls is roughly 5 days, 6 days, depending on where you go, which is towards where you live. And you all know that about 2.5, 3 days backtrack is Port Tool, but it might be a bit longer because you came on wagon and horses first time round.
What do you think? We have to think of Syndrax.
Then we keep going forward.
If we were to go back to Tool, I do not know whether they are holding him there or it would be a foolish endeavor to go back and just let him die. So yes, perhaps forward is the answer, but we just need to be caught. What time of day is it?
2:00 in the afternoon.
I for one need to rest up if we are to deal with another attack. I do not know about yourselves.
How far are they back from us? Do we know how long till they get to
The
us?
winged elf steps forward. I believe they will be upon that site within 2 hours, an hour. I do not know the speed of their beasts.
We should hide here. Wait till they pass, and then make our tracks. For all they know, we're dead.
Well, I'm hoping they just see the cart and the dead bodies and assume that.
The cart is in full flame.
Yeah.
But if they are Dragonborn, we can only assume that they were with or part of the collective that has attacked the cart in the first place, and they are looking for somebody very specific. For example, Lady Akiko over there. They would know who they were looking for and know that they are not part of or not among the dead. We should probably move from this area.
What do you think tour guide took that was worth anything?
Lady Akiko, she still sat down. He took my sword.
And your sword would allow us to pass through these lands without being harmed?
No, it would. It would protect us from the insight check, Nala.
What, D20 plus what?
Insight. Should have a skill called Insight.
Ah, yeah, there. $18.
18. Lady Akiko is not wanting to answer you in the slightest, and she is really struggling to avoid answering your question. With all weapons, they are a great defense. This is a family heirloom.
If we are to survive, we should. Is there anything else you can tell us? Why these people might be targeting you, or why these people might be after yourself or your people?
They should not be. There is a treaty between the Vey and Koran. They should not be attacking. This is a declaration of war to attack one of the noble houses so openly. I do not believe they will. This is not, as we have said, a simple bandit attack. If they do not find my corpse, I believe they will do what they can. They cannot leave witnesses, especially myself.
What is more important to you?
Sorry, go on.
It is more important to you getting back to your people to tell them of this, or pressing on and getting the artifacts that you wish to get?
That is a difficult question. I need to inform my people. If I die on this quest, then they will not know of Karan's betrayal and dishonour of the treaty. And whatever Karan are planning, they will have an advantage. But the Kamenu are very important. So important that I cannot let this mission stop.
Does the lady have a message?
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just wondering if the lady had a message. She can maybe send back to her people. Yeah, one of her winged elves, maybe.
I could send Dai, yes, but my ability to send a magical message is laying down there in a pool of her own blood. So Dai could go, he could fly, yes. And Dai steps up and he's like, "My lady, I do not wish to leave your side." And she has a moment, just holds her hand up. Would you go forwards in my name?
We would.
Would you leave with this Dai?
I would remain with Dai and Ren, and she points to the draw, and we would make our way to get word back to my people.
Would you be okay avoiding what is coming?
I cannot answer that honestly, young wizard. We will do our best.
May I throw my idea into the pot?
You may.
We use the cover of the trees. We draw them up here, and we eliminate the 15 cavalry.
The winged elf just looks at you in shock. Young bard, these are dragonborn.
May I correct you? Wrong watcher of Ravenhope.
Who's on his walk, correct?
I have learnt a lot.
You have indeed. I have been around 200 years, guarding Lady Akiko in many scenarios, fighting Dragonborn before the treaty was written up.
You killed more than 15 people a minute ago.
With all my magics. My magics are nearly tapped. I'm merely using my wings to scout. You would not have my magics. We would not have Tseno. We would not have the guard.
I do not have
no disrespect
much magic left
to yourselves or your lady, as he says to Attain, but the guards that have lay dead are far grander warriors than you are right now.
Okay.
So, since you will be leaving us, you said you was nearly out of power. Do you have any healing left? Or do you have the ability to heal?
I do not. I am one with the phoenix. My magic lays in fire. If you die, I might be able to bring you back, but
I'm hoping not to be doing that today.
Lady Akiko steps forward. I am what you, those of you this far south, call a cleric.
Okay, would you be able to heal me?
Yes. She reaches out, puts her arm on your shoulder, and she casts heal, and you take 70 points of healing.
Okay, I'm full now.
I'll take the excess.
I look at my hands enough to inadequacy.
I used a lot of my offensive power in the fight, but I still have healing if you need it.
I think we we need to press on. But I will make a request that if we do press on in your name, when you get back to Port Tour, a friend of ours is missing, a dragonborn by the name of Sendrax. If you could make some inquiries or do anything to help when you get back to Port Tour.
Is he what of his scales?
What does that matter?
He's a lot easier to spot.
I tell you this in utmost. I'm taking a risk by telling you this. You've obviously heard of a bounty for Golden Dragon.
Attain steps forward.
Golden Silver Dragon.
Malzef, are you sure?
Yes. If the Dragonborn are at war with you, you have no issue claiming a bounty. From you would not go to Quran to claim a bounty for what they have done.
I have no interest in bounties.
Our friend is a silver Dragonborn. He is in great danger.
You say silver, and the winged elf and the drow look at each other, then look at Lady Akiko. She looks at them, just gives them a nod. A rare friend indeed.
Yes. And like I say,
I believe he is in Toul.
I'm taking the risk telling you this. But yes, he came to Toul with us, and 2 people from Sarut captured him. These 2 people, I do not know what their intentions with him are, if they're going to try and claim the bounty or going to kill him. But if you can make some inquiries and look out for him, he might be trying to hide, but if you truly believe that the Dragonborn that who engaged us here are trying to start a war with you, then we need him on our side. He's our friend, and we need him back.
Is he of Quran?
He is not of Quran.
I give you my word, as the Lady of the House of Winter, that I will search for your friend. But
thank you.
It will be a finite amount of time. I need to get back to Quran.
As I say, it is just as we're passing through to get to your ship or whatever you intend.
I will see it done. I will leave one of my agents within Toul. Does that mean I can leave knowing you will go push forward and try to find these Kumenu?
We will push forward and we will try to cause distractions as we go for these Dragonborn that are chasing. For example, we will set fire to things and make it look like there is a fight further down.
I thank you. When you get to Bronze Falls, find a mercenary by the name of Tom Tom. He is a dwarf. Give him this, and she unclasps an amulet off her neck. It's got a little snowflake on it, and she passes it to you, Malzeth.
Thank you. We will.
He will take you to the Temple of the Four. Lathana, you've heard that word, you've heard that temple that I spoke to you about before. You've heard it referred to as a few things, but one of them is the Temple of the Four.
Okay.
Is there anything we should know about the temple itself? What we should do in there, or the items that we collect? Anything you can get there?
Unfortunately, my friend, that is something you'd have to discover for yourself. I have never been to the Temple of the Four. I have no knowledge of anyone who has been there.
Okay.
Can
then we should press.
Tom?
Say again?
Is he a close friend of yours, this Tom Tom? Can he be trusted?
He is part of a mercenary group called the Sabertooths. He has led them for many years, and he and his mercenaries did a lot of work for ourselves in Vey when we there was a particular time around 10 years ago where a particular powerful demon, I don't know if you call them demons, but creatures of darkness and death, Tom Tom for free defended several of our smaller villages with his mercenary unit, and for that he's a friend to the Vey. So yes, I can trust him.
Okay.
We should not take any more of your time up. They are getting closer as
AD.
Yep.
I go to Ren.
Okay.
I give her the black coin with a wandering raven symbol on it.
All right.
I say, I will hold your friend's armor until I come back, and then I will swap you for that coin.
She looks around at the others, leans forward, kisses you on the cheek, and then walks over to Lady Akiko. While you guys are doing that chinwag, Atane's looking over the edge of the built up window, and she's like, "Guys, come here." And you also have a little cheeky look, and some time's passed, and you can see like two outriders that were clearly ahead of the pack. They come down and they're riding, from where you can see, like large, the size of horses, like geckos, and they've got like a strange orange scale to them. Two dragonborn jump down in half plate armor. They've got a really long bow on their backs and axes at the side from where you guys can see. You watch as they start going round and pilfering and looting and searching the dragonborn and the elves on the floor. One of them jumps into the other wagon that's not on fire. There's black smoke going up in the air. Their two gecko type mounts are munching on some of the dead half elves, just literally chewing into them. You can't. Obviously they have a bit of a conversation that you're not privy to. They jump back on their gecko mounts and they ride back towards where Dai, the winged elf, told you the rest were coming. Witnessing that, Ren and Dai are like horrified. Lady Akiko wouldn't even look over the wall. Lady Akiko's back.
You should go.
We must leave.
Yeah.
Malzef, you are very wise. Beyond your years, these people are lucky to have you. Argon, stay safe. Lady Atene, I cannot thank you enough for the services your people have provided me so far. And Dai takes lead. He takes point. Ren's out, sword out, and obviously on guard and stuff. And they start making their way north, but through the cluster of wooding and forest and stuff. And then every now and then you see them stop. And Dai points up. They're about 200 feet from you, and they point up, and you can see two shapes, like draconic bat wing type shapes in the sky. Educated guess they're the two wyvern that got away or flew away from the last fight, doing similar to what Dai were doing. And they speckle away. 20 minutes passes, and they disappear into the woodland north, and you're left with yourselves. Snowball, you there?
I'm here.
Alright, cool. So, Rygesh is next to you. You go right, the tunnel drops real sharp, almost like you've got to do a little jump down a ledge.
Okay.
But not quite. So you scooter down. It's about 15 foot across is this tunnel, and it's what's the word? It's an unnaturally made tunnel. It's not shaped, so it's rough. You're following it along. There's no lighting down here at all, but we're going with you've got dark vision, so you know. You crack on. Rygesh is with you. You're going slow. Well, Rygesh is going slowly. Are you going slowly, or are you just steamrolling?
We'll go slowly. We'll take it slow.
Cool. So you can see about 60 feet ahead of you, and this tunnel is almost straight, but from the sharp drop and it's going down, you can see just at the edge of that 60 foot where it hits, and then obviously spikes up again because you can't see any further down as you get closer to it.
Okay.
As you are coming down, give me a dex check.
A dex check.
Sorry, a dex save.
Joy. 8.
God, I got a 2. So as you and Rygesh are scooting along, Rygesh turns to you just to say something, and you hear this fluttering of wings and screeching, and a swarm of bats just comes flying down the tunnel towards you both. Scratches at your scales, you keep your eyes closed, the ridges of your scales and the bones around the top of your head. You put your arms up, they get scratched. You take... Jesus. You take 5 points of slashing damage, both of you. And you see similar happen at Rygesh. He's like, wow, bats. You keep going. As you hit the dip, where it goes down and then comes up again, give me a perception check as you're looking up the tunnel now. It's going up quite drastically.
Perception. 11.
11. Cool.
Yeah.
The tunnel goes straight up in front of you. So you'd have to lean forwards as you're walking up it. It's that steep. Does Rygesh see anything? Fucking Jesus. Alright, no. Rygesh is just tagging along with you. So you guys start climbing up. As you're going up and you're leaning forward, Rygesh looks at you and he's like, so, can you do anything without a weapon?
What do you mean by that, Rygesh?
Well, I don't mind biting my way out of a fight, but we don't know what's ahead in this tunnel. And
what would you suggest instead?
Well, I suppose forward is the only way at the moment. But if we bump into anything, other than me biting it, I just want to know that you're a big Dragonborn guy. Can you swing a right hook or?
Oh, I can swing. I can punch.
Really fucking hard. Okay. All right. Well, wow. The term was right. You are a jolly soul. Let's go. And he starts moving up. As you guys come up to the lip of where the tunnel starts, you walk about 50 feet. And as the lip comes over, give me a perception check just before you go over the lip.
God. Perception check. 10.
Let's see if Rygesh can help you out. Yes! 2's probably not going to help. So you guys just go pottering over the lip. As you go over the lip, it opens up into a cavern. And across towards the centre of the cavern, about 45 feet from you, you see two little scaled creatures gnawing on something on the floor. They're tattered. They're not looking at you. They're proper eating something on the floor. And the cavern's not circular, but it's got an edge to it. It's circular. Go with circular. It's easy. But yeah, they're about 45 feet from you, so that tells you how big the cavern area is. Rygesh, what do you want to do?
Right, run it by me again, because there was a lot of information.
You're basically at the lip of a circular cavern area. You can't see the other side of it. There are two little scale creatures 45 feet from you and Rygesh, near the middle-esque. They're distracted they're eating something on the floor. Yeah. And Rygesh says, what would you like to do?
Right. Have you got any way of sneaking around these things?
I'm pretty. Don't let my perception fool you. I'm actually quite stealthy, gentleman.
I'm not. So if you can sneak past them, I may have a way of getting round them. That doesn't involve punching them. Because neither of us are in the best.
So, Rygesh is like, so I sneak around and you deal with yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, he goes over.
How close do you reckon I can get to these things before they'll spot me, Rygesh?
Oh, cheeky loophole question. Depending on how stealthy you are and how perceptive they are. Going on what Attain says, I'm pretty sure they're going to see you as soon as you step forwards. No offence, large Dragonborn friend of Attain's.
No offence taken. Let me just explore my options.
So as you're doing that, Rygesh gives you a nod, and you sort of look up and go, and he disappears.
Right. He can get with his sneaking. So literally, as soon as I walk out into view of this cavern, they'll be on me.
You don't know.
And that's what he said.
Just friendly advice from a blue Dragonborn.
Yeah. Who needs me to get out of here? So I'm okay.
Master.
Before,
have you got it? Have you got it, Snowball? Go on.
All right. I'm gonna have to fight.
You have to fight him.
He's fine. I'm gonna cast.
Giles. Can you hear me, Giles?
I'm gonna cast it.
Oh dear. You still there, Giles?
I'm still here. You still here?
Yeah. Sorry, for some reason I had a bit of a blip and everything went off. Go on.
Yeah.
You're going to cast what?
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam?
Ooh,
Moonbeam.
moonbeam.
Go on then, cast Moonbeam.
It's a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 4-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. So ideally, I want that to be centered on both of them.
Okay. What's the range of it?
120 feet.
Yeah, you can hit him.
Oh.
Is it damaging, or is it literally just a beam of moonlight?
2d10 radiant damage on a failed save.
What's the
and
save?
The save is 14.
What save? Is it Dex?
Con save.
Roll.
Roll your damage.
Roll my damage. Bloody hope it's good damage. Don't be shit damage. 13 damage.
Nice.
Moonbeam.
So,
Moonbeam.
as Rygesh is sneaking along and he's one with the shadows, he has a cheeky look and he gets parallel with these two scale creatures that are gnawing on whatever carcasses at their feet, and this a light appears above him, and just silver light comes down. He has a Picard moment, and they just go. As radiant damage just obliterates these two little scaled scavengers just having a bit of a munch, and you just moonbeamed them to death. Sendrax, from your point of view, they go.
Brilliant. I'll walk on through.
As you get to the other side,
As you do.
it's about a 70-foot cavern. Is this? It's a big cavern. You get to the other side, and the tunnel in front of you has a portcullis in front of it.
Right.
It's about 10 feet into the tunnel, and the portcullis, and it's about 10 feet across. Now is the tunnel rather than the 15 feet you're working before, and there's a bit of a portcullis in front of it. If you go back into the cavern, Rygesh appears, like he's come around the other side, just appears behind you. Sendrax.
Yeah.
There are like 3 tunnels that lead into here.
Right.
And he just points to the edges of the cavern. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Let's work on the assumption that it's a bad thing.
Okay.
Do all of those tunnels have portcullises at the end of them?
Nope, just the one in front of you. And the cavern floor goes upwards. The tunnel floor goes upwards behind the portcullis. Right.
Are there any levers or anything around this portcullis?
Investigation check.
God. 1.
Oh, wow. Rygesh.
Yay, Rygesh.
They're both blind.
Well, at least they can stealth. So you and Rygesh have a look around the portcullis and you find no levers, no latches, no hooks. It literally looks like just a metal portcullis goes straight down into the rock. Whilst you're looking at that, we'll skip back to the lunatics. You're in the forest. Lady Akiko's disappeared off in the distance. 2 Dragonborn turned up riding geckos. The 2 geckos started eating the half-elf dead. They've had a search around, jumped back on the geckos and heading back towards the pack that Dai, the winged elf, would have pointed out to you. Malzef being an intelligent chap, he said, in fact, Lathana, you're very intelligent as well. Working it out, you reckon you go about half an hour before that pack of riders gets to the battle scene. There's thick black smoke going up into the sky from the burning cart, and it is slowly spreading to the corpses around it.
We should
Run?
get the move on.
Run? No, run.
So, rough direction. Are you heading towards Bronze Falls as best you can? Are you doing it? So you're going to try and head to Bronze Falls off-road?
Lathana, can you take us to Bronze Falls?
Well, I do know that it's around 5 days from here.
Hang on,
I am familiar.
I put out the map. I've still got a map, haven't I?
Yep, Malzef pulls out a piece of parchment.
Do you know roughly where we are? And I hold it up. Would you be able to point out where we are?
Yeah, we're...
She can,
just
yeah.
going
Right, can you... Yeah, you can point out where we are, right?
Yeah.
We could, by the looks of it, we could stop in this Matrido place.
Matrido is 2.5 days from you, ish.
Yeah, so that's 2.5. Yeah, that would be
Straight west.
around halfway there, so...
If we keep closer to the coast and try to get to Matrido first, perhaps we will find a bit of shelter.
Agreed.
We should, like I say, perhaps cause some distractions, or not distractions, try and misguide our followers while we run. How far away are we from the path?
From the path, you were about 120 feet. Maybe a bit more. Maybe about 150 feet.
Wouldn't it be best if they went past us and we stayed behind them, other than them constantly chasing us?
Yes, so we should run a little bit further down the road, try and make it look as if the fight went towards Bronze Falls further, and then we will head back into the tree line.
Malzef, can't you do your thing quite some distance?
That is what I'm thinking.
Can't you? We're 120 feet away from the road. Can't you use your spells from here towards? So they're coming this way. Can't we do a magic spell the other way? So they keep running.
Oh, so I'm going to.
And then we just go down the road.
We'll head further down the road within the tree line. And as we head further down, I will get closer to the road and fire off a few spells at trees further down to make it look like there's been a chase.
Okay.
If a couple of you could head over, perhaps Nala, if you're fast, you can head over to the other side of the path as well and make scuffs down the trees, any trees or shrubbery that is closer, and look as if it's been a fight has continued further down the road.
Break a few twigs.
Yes, if you could. It sounds like you are a big. If you could, perhaps, I don't know how to ask this. Have you got any scuffs about your person that you could perhaps make bleed again and rub some blood along the ground or stuff as we go?
Yeah, I can do that.
A 10 looks at you quizzically. Wow, you just asked Nala to bleed for you.
That's essentially what they have done. So we'll head further, basically start heading towards Matrido.
Aiden, will I have
tree.
blood still on my clothes and that from the last fight?
You will, but remember...
So I can literally just walk past stuff and the blood would come off of it.
Well, you'd have to rub it on. You're unarmed, so most of
Yeah.
the blood on you is all over your skin.
Yeah, right, that's fine. I might need as many hit points as I've got.
If we are quick, you could run over and get some blood from the elves and the dragonborn that are further, or that are just nearby.
I think that's a bit complicated. I think we should just go with the plan you made the first time.
Right, we should head.
Yeah, we should try and make tracks now.
I'm going to say I might be quite fast, but I'm still quite a big person.
It is only 120 feet.
You now have about 20 minutes before they get here.
We should start heading off.
Yeah.
We'll head towards Matrido, and every now and again I'll head toward, like, a little bit further towards the path, and I'll basically just cast cantrips at random areas. So I'll use like fireballs. I'll just smash them into trees. I'll use like frostbite, the frostbite cantrip.
So it says to you, so you want to set fire to everything?
Not everything. I
You
will
know
just
how fire works, Malzef?
But you said these trees are scarce.
They are scarce, but there's still 15 or so trees, and then a gap before more trees, and then a gap.
Well, we can make it look like it is a fight and shooting if I fire it.
Malza, shouldn't we be leading them away from us?
So we just want to make it look like they've gone down the path. Further, like the fight is going further down the path, so they don't stop at the area that we have just come from and look around the area.
Well, couldn't we just send them on a wild goose chase away from the path?
We can't do that because it has to be in the direction that we're going. So we cannot go back against like where we're coming from towards Tool, because that is taking time and we will just meet them.
If we are going to if we're going to Matrido, why do you need to set fire to things on our way? Won't that just lead smoke to us?
No, we are heading along the path. Matrido is. We still have to follow the path slightly, do we not? By the looks of the map.
Roughly.
So we have to head a little bit further down the path, and as we do, if we cross over the path, or if we fire things over at random areas near the path to make it look like the fight has gone further down, they will continue down perhaps and not spread out in the area that we have just come from, looking for us, because they are all on maps and we are not.
I will trust your judgment.
We do not want them to start spreading out from the area that we have just come from. We want them to continue, otherwise they will just find us, because they are all on mounts, and if they spread out, we will die.
Perhaps I could mold the earth away from us to look like a battle scene.
I can also mold earth, so that will save some time.
Just as an idea.
Yes, we should.
I'll just concentrate on keeping everyone alive. How about that?
15 minutes.
We should use whatever spells we can.
I'm walking.
We're still walking.
Okay, so point me in a direction.
We're doing it, right? We're walking and talking.
Are you walking further down the path to set some stuff and then coming across to Matrido? Pathway?
So, yeah, following down the path for a while, like for 10 minutes or whatever, and scuffing up the ground, firing spells off, that kind of stuff, random trees and stuff further down the path to make it look like the fight is extended beyond where we just were. And then we'll cut back further and deeper towards the coast as we're heading towards Matrido.
Okay. So as you start doing that, you'll start popping off all your spells. Lothana, are you doing Moldy Earth stuff as you're going along?
Yep.
As you go along, you make it further a little bit down. Alright, sorry. More fire, more trees set on, more smoke in the sky.
Stop setting my trees on fire!
Because that's how we die.
Where the smoke is rising, perception check, all of you. Except Malzef, because you're concentrating on aiming.
I got an 8.
13.
Lothana?
Just bear with me.
Perception 10. 10 over 10. 24.
D20. Oh, come on. 22.
Okay, so you and a turn, you look up into the sky, just casually following the smoke, and you see the two, what you know to be wyvern, coming towards the smoke.
Right. Fire another fireball.
120
and
feet.
start scuffing some of the earth.
How far off are they?
The wyvern?
Yeah.
Give me an intelligence check.
Does the team point them out?
Yep, she points them out.
All right, okay. That's like, just ignorant. This is good. They have noticed it. We should keep moving. Now we should cut back into the forest.
Just remind me what I'm rolling for.
It's literally, so on your intelligence, you have intelligence saves and intelligence check. And a check is basically your intelligence, say like +3 or something.
It's +6. So is it still a D20?
It's a D20 and then it's plus your modifier.
Okay. $24.
Cool. You reckon they're about 500 feet away.
Right, we should cut into the woods.
And you guys start backtracking through the woods, going up toward the path-esque towards Matrido.
So basically away from the path now, like deeper towards the coast.
Yep, so you're now heading west or northwest, yeah?
Well, towards Matrido, if that is northwest.
Yeah, it is. So you're going that way. Are you all sneaking?
I will.
The best I can.
Just to make a stealth roll. Do a stealth.
Hold on. I cast invisibility on Nala.
Yay!
Oh, snap!
What'd you get?
28.
Disappear.
Stealth roll. Now let's still do a stealth roll because you're still noisy.
Oh. No, I'm still going to be heavy.
Stealth shouldn't be too bad, you're unarmoured. Malzef?
I'm still £300.
12. What do you
got?
get?
13.
13. What do you get, Luthana?
22.
Fuck.
Wow.
Okay, she's got stealth too.
Cool. So you guys hit the deck.
Your team possible is 22, right?
You start making your way as best you can behind things, taking it in turns, running to the next tree. Nala just disappears. You hear the odd smashing of feet on broken twigs and stuff, but she's not as noisy as she normally is. You guys are stealthily making your way towards Matrido.
AD, how many hours to the coast or to Matrido?
How many hours to the coast? You're miles away.
Okay, how many hours to Matrido? To we're quite a way about.
Matrido from that fight scene is 2.5 days away.
Right, okay. She's got invisibility for 3 hours, and that's it.
Cool, that'll do.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you guys start making your way that way. You spend the rest of the afternoon, evening until the sun drops, just heading towards Matrido. I'm assuming you've stopped lighting fires now, Malzef.
Yeah. It's just further down the path.
Yeah, cool. You get into the darkness. You notice there's no people. No people's coming along the pathway. You have the odd check onto the main path. You guys are staying off the path, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
No one's walking along the path. You get to the evening. It's now about 10 o'clock at night.
So my invisibility is gone now.
Invisibility is now worn off. But you made some good time knowing that you didn't have to slow down. When they were being a bit slow, they'll probably give you a shove. So you are, Lafana, this is unknown territory to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, the trees are a bit thick around here, so they start clumping more and more. Not to the point where it's a forest, but almost like mini woods. And you're off the beaten track. You've seen no sign of life. Well, you've seen animals, but you've no sign of other life, like traders or anything. It's 10 o'clock at night. You were all very tired, very battle-worn from earlier, expended of spells. do you wish to march through the night, or do you stop? Or
I need to rest.
Yeah, me too.
what are you doing? You need to rest?
Yes.
No fires.
Lot of honor is this. You know the landscape more. Where is a good spot to rest?
I don't know this area very well at all, unfortunately. Your guess is as good as mine.
Attend does say, myself and Lothanan will only need 4 hours. If yourself and I are going to need to rest.
Then perhaps if you get your 4 hours and we'll take it in, like then.
Yeah, you and Attend get your 4 hours first, and we'll sort the rest out.
Yes, and we will push on and then take watch.
Okay, so Attend and Lothanan are getting their head down first, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool, so they get their head down, and all 3 of you are staying up?
Yeah.
Yeah. No fires. No fires. No campfire.
Cool, so you 3 stay up. You keep an eye out as best you can all around. Lothanan and Attend get their head down. The night passes into early hours, a good 4 or 5 hours pass. You wake up for 2 half hours. You 3 get your heads down. Lothanan and Attend take the rest of the night. They're quiet. They don't make a lot of conversation because obviously you don't want to alert anyone. As the sun rises, you all have a long rest. So make sure you've took a long rest on your character sheets. Maria, if you look on your character sheet, there is a button that says long rest, short rest.
Yep.
So if you take a long rest, it'll recharge your spells, your hit points, etc.
Okay.
The sun rises, and you set off again towards Matrido. Snowball. Snowball.
Hello.
Hello. You're in front of a portcullis. Rygesh is stood there. You find nothing.
Can I try and brute force this portcullis open?
You can indeed. You take grip, you plant your feet, and you lift. Give me a strength check. Would you like the amazing Rygesh to assist you?
Yes.
Do it with advantage.
Natural 20.
Fuck.
Nice.
Yes.
As you grip, and your enormous biceps and deltoids ripple, you grab the portcullis. Rygesh steps forward to give you a hand, and you just put a clawed hand on his chest. I've got this. And, you feel the strength of Bayek radiate over you, and you just lift. And the first thing that enters your head is, Nala would be proud. And you just lift the portcullis, and you hold it up above your head. Rygesh steps forward through the portcullis. Impressive. Did you even try?
Aye.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
So you step forward. Do you lower it or do you just drop it?
Let's lower it carefully behind us. Let's not create any more noise than is necessary.
Okay, you lower it down.
Subtle like.
Not 20. You've got one finger just pointing at Rygesh as you lower it down with one arm. And you and Rygesh carry on your merry mission. As the floor's going up, it's more man-made here. You can see that the stonework's been naturally dug away and smoothed out. You come up and you come into. It's quite surprising. It's almost like a shock of scenery. So as you follow this tunnel up to a slight bend to the left and out into the open, you're in a cellar. It's not very well lit, and the light that is in there is coming through the cracks in the cellar door that is from above into here, and it's a flat door. It's not a couple of steps and a upright vertical door. It's a horizontal door in the ceiling above you. In this cellar, there it is clearly a religious where people would pray. There are there are covered in dust and cobwebs, small stone shrines that are in little alcoves around the cellar. And then there is a broken table and chairs that are rotted, that have been there. You have no idea how long. It's just rotted wood. This place, is a place of worship, but has not been worshipped in a very, very long time. What you do notice on the double cellar doors is a very thick rusted iron chain on this side. Obviously,
Thick.
It was locked.
Right.
It was locked from the cellar.
Okay.
There are a set of steps, about 6 steps, that sort of lead up to the wall and don't go anywhere. But it's like a rickety bit of wood, and like one of the stairs is broken, and then the rest of them are a bit don't look like they've had a lot of nurturing over the years. There's the door, the chain door.
Okay. Can I make a religion check to start with, just to see if I can identify who might have been worshipped here?
Okay, so go on, do a religion check.
8. Religious people.
Yeah, the prayers were held here.
Yay!
But you don't recognise any of the little statuettes. They're very they're natural things. So like one's a little statuette of a sword, one's a statuette of a ram, one's a statuette of like wheat. They're just very generic things that you'd find in the woodlands. There's no complication to the little statuettes. They're very simplistic items.
How little are they?
They're about 3 inch tall. So you'd hold them in your hand whilst praying before putting them back in the alcove. Some are on the floor.
All right, not big enough to use as a weapon then.
No. Well, you could throw them.
Nah. That's not very me. You know what I mean? It's not really me.
You're right.
I agree.
It's not me. Right, let's have a look at this chain.
Right, so as you go up to the chain, it's a rusted iron chain, mate, wrapped around the 2 handles of the cellar door.
Strength roll.
Yes.
9.
9?
Yeah.
So as you grab hold of the chain to, I'm assuming, wrench it off the handles, you sort of get your fingers stuck in 2 of the links. And as soon as you start to pull, you're basically pulling it on your fingers.
Ow!
You take a point of nipping damage.
Really?
With a knife. Yeah.
You monster.
Rygesh is laughing. Not quite a portcullis, is it? And you see.
No, I'm not good with this delicate work. Here, you open it.
So he goes over to it, and he's looking for a lock, and he realises he doesn't have the little shard he had before. So he just pulls on the chains, just gives them a tug. Yes! With a natural 20.
Double nat 20.
He just grabs hold of the chains where the lock is, and he just gives it a little tug, and it just unravels out of the 2 handles as 3 of the links just break because of the rust, and they just sort of fall to the floor. No chains on them, and he looks at you. Loosened it for me, did you?
If you like.
Silver first?
Yeah, I think so. You stay back there. We may need you to open more chains.
I can see our friendship's blossoming, Sendrax.
Yes. Like weeds.
So, you grab the two handles of the door and then just pull them down and open?
No, I'm going to open them carefully and see what's on the other side. I'm going to cautiously peek through.
All right, so as you grab them, they sort of give a little bit towards you.
And then don't shift.
No, they'll shift if you give them a tug.
Yeah, I'll give them a tug.
Both of them?
Yeah.
So you tug both of them. Give me a dex save.
Christ.
So easy, Sendrax. So easy.
It's not. It's not when you... No, it's not. No, I got 8.
Let me just crack out the dice.
No, thanks for that.
I'm just missing me over 17 of them. So, as you pull the two heavy barrels just fall towards you. You see them, think about dodging, and you're like, fuck it, I'm Sendrax. And you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fucking hell.
Rygesh just sort of sidesteps out the way of the falling barrels as they hit you in the face and shatter because of the rotted wood. And then the second one hits you again and shatters because of the rotted wood. He picks up just a chunk of the wood and just squashes it in his hand. It's a bit brittle and soft. And anything else we should be worried about, Rygesh?
I don't know. What is on the other side of this door?
It opens up into a... So straight away as you open it, there is like a step that comes down a little bit that you could just walk out of. You step through.
Okay.
You step through and you're in a temple. It's like there's no doubt about it. No religion check needed. You are in a temple. It's a circular building. It is stone. The roof comes into a dome. All around there are several statues in the alcoves that are about 8 feet tall, and every one of them is shaved head, humanoid looking, and it goes and there's like male, female, all the way around it. They're all donned in robes, and they all sort of hold a hammer, a very long two-handed hammer with the head of the hammer at their feet, and they're holding it almost Templar-esque. Every one of them has this hammer. It's a square-headed hammer, and they're all just shaved head. Even the women, shaved head. Statues, 8 feet statues all the way around. Again, ancient, dusty, absolutely nothing in there. It's not been used for years and years and years.
Mean anything to you, Rygesh?
He looks around. Wow, it's old. I think there's any loot.
See what we can find.
Give me an investigation check.
Christ. 13.
Oh, 13. So, as you and Rygesh are having a look about, you see, you can see these tables that are in front of, or at least in front of some of the big statues. And on some of them, there seems to be offerings. And on one of their offerings, there is a rusted longsword. And on one of the other tables, Rygesh manages to find a little rusty dagger. Again, probably the time they put here, whoever put them there might have thought they were a decent offering. But right now, they're just rusted blades and stuff. You reckon you could probably stab somebody and hurt them with it, but probably not as effective as you would with a normal longsword.
No, and if I swing it too hard, it'll break.
It's all reuniting, you know what I mean? Solid stuff. So,
it'll do.
Whilst you grab that, so you pick up the sword, Rygesh picks up the dagger, turns to you, and you just hear a voice. Well, hello, Silver. You turn around and you see the same two people that kidnapped you.
Oh shit.
She has her dark hair tied back. She has 2 scimitars in her hand. She has a gleaming crimson scaled armour on that covers her shoulders. She has her flowing red clothes underneath that come out near the sleeves and at the knees. She has a circlet of rose gold around her forehead. Her makeup is still immaculate. You can now see the slight fangs in her teeth. As she's just sort of playing with her scimitars. Her twin brother next to her, his armour again is very, very gold and red. but his underclothing is black, and he doesn't have 2 scimitars in his hand. He has a staff that is beautifully carved into knotted roots all the way up. They simply look at you, and we'll go over to the other guys.
Yeah.
So, as we're pottering along, it's now in the morning. You guys have set off again, keeping quiet. You're all doing your stealth rolls on people from the day before. You're moving along. You've all had fully rested. You don't see any sign of the wyverns in the sky anymore. Like the last time you seen them, Lathana and Etern had a cheeky scouting behind you while you guys were going forward, and they were just getting further and further away. You keep going. The closer you get to Matredo, you see that the road is a bit more wild and well trodden. The bits where you are, the trees are thicker together, the shrubbery and the rockery thicker together. Looking around you, it just looks a bit more closer and a bit more overgrown. Not when you left Tull, where you could see that there's that many horses trotting and about out there. Everything's just squashed underfoot. You do an entire day. You see nobody coming from the west, so nobody coming from Matredo. Having a cheeky look on your map, you're about a day away. You reckon you'll get there tomorrow evening, and nothing's coming your way. And obviously nothing from behind you. The closer you get, again, it's just more and more overgrown. It gets to the evening of that second night, and you all sit around, have a look at the map, weigh it up, and you reckon again you'll get there evening tomorrow. Off the road again, I'm guessing. You settle down. You have a cheeky Lathana and Etern do the same watch rotation as before.
Before we sleep, I'm like, Arkin, can I borrow you have a sword? Yes, can I borrow it?
Hello, sorry?
Can I borrow your sword?
Yeah, I'll pull out my rapier.
I take the rope off my bag and start unraveling it, and then I get it to probably about 10 feet of rope and hold it out, and I'm like, can you cut this one, please?
Yeah, would
Thank you. And then I do the other 40 foot back up and attach it to my bag, and then tie the 10 foot round it, put it on there, just so it's split separate.
10 foot bit of rope and a 40 foot bit of rope.
Yeah. Rather than it being a fully.
Jesus, some skills.
I don't suppose you could.
Obviously,
this armor feels a bit, fuzzy. It doesn't. You could have a look at it. Use your thing.
Sure, pass it here.
What? The armor?
Yeah.
Alright.
While we're resting up, I can pick it up.
While you guys are setting up Camp Lathana, you've never seen this sort of magic before. And Malzef, describe what you're doing.
Okay, so I take out. So I put the armor in front of me and get my take it off. I take out a pearl and hold it in one in my left hand, and then take out an owl feather and hold it in my right hand, and basically just start moving them slowly over the top of the armor. Occasionally, just skimming the owl feather with it. My eyes, because I'm so focused, I guess, would flicker from the usual green pupils to jet black, like the whole eye. Proper focus. As I'm just staring intently into the camera, and I spend about 11 minutes just sat there,
11 minutes.
focusing on this armor and identifying it.
So, as you're focusing on this armor raises off the ground and gets encompassed in a red aura, then a green aura, then a blue aura, and then it goes back to a white aura, a bit of gold, and then fades, but it still hovers in the air. It's dark green, real dark green edging is more obvious now. It's not glowing, you can just see that it's more green. Malzef, give me a Constitution save, then a Wisdom save.
7 on the Constitution.
7?
Yeah. And 15 on the Wisdom.
Okay. So whilst you're focusing, you are absolutely dripping sweat. For some reason, it's almost like the armor is fighting your identification on it, protecting it from being, I say, scryed upon or delved into its magics, and you feel your physicality challenged. And as you're concentrating on it, you'll get a wave of radiant damage burst from the armor and absolutely centre upon your soul, and you take 15 points of radiant damage. Assuming it doesn't drop you carry on with the identify spell. Now you feel your mind. Now you feel your mind under attack, and you start seeing flashes of tieflings in battle with elves in plate armor and curved long swords. You see full demons in battle with same elves, but these elves are swinging blades of glowing light. They're shooting arrows of death, and these demons are falling around. You see a warrior in this full-plated dark green armor of a time so long ago that you can't possibly imagine that it was the elf that this was taken off. It just seems an age ago. And then you'll feel this psychic, a psychic attack, basically. So the armor's defending itself, and you take 9 points of psychic damage.
Does he let
still standing? Still standing?
Aye, by 3 points.
So as the identify spell comes to a close, you are piss wet through. You're not bleeding anywhere. You've just been assaulted. All you lot see is him absolutely dripping with sweat. The light show going on. He gets enveloped in radiant light, then sort of snaps his head back, and then the 11 minutes pass. The armor settles on the floor, and Malzef is piss wet through with sweat.
Well, Malzef, are you okay? That don't look like your usual.
I don't think this. I think this armor is what was once used in battle against my kind.
Oh.
So, Malzef, this is what you identify from this breastplate. 1, you know it's incomplete. It is a part of a full set of plate armor, and each item imbues this with more power. Yep. But this, just wearing this breastplate will give you damage resistance to all damage. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you half all damage. That is slashing, bludgeoning, piercing, fire, thunder, lightning, cold, psychic, etc. Yep.
Nice.
Only magical. So the slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing has to be magical for it to be resisted. Hit with a normal weapon, don't resist it. Only magical stuff. Yeah. When you are hitting anything of a demonic line, either it be a demon, a devil, a tiefling, you have advantage on attacks and do an extra D10 damage to whatever weapon you use upon it.
Okay.
Make sense? You got it written down?
Yeah.
Cool. It needs to be attuned as well. You see all this happen, Lathana. I suppose it's as shocking to everyone else as it is to you. Attain sort of just looks over his shoulder, sees Malzef doing some weird stuff, and carries on looking out to the road.
This is a very powerful item, or piece of armor, especially against my kin or my kid. It will protect you from all magical attacks, and help you against my kind.
When you say help,
it will make it. You should find the fight easier.
Okay. Well, good job. It's only a rental then. Hold out my hand. Did you pass it back?
Yeah. I don't even touch it. I just get up and start moving away.
I'll pick it up and I'll stick it on.
Are you tuning yourself to it?
Not sure I would attune an homebrew to this, but yes.
Yeah, as long as you're attuned to it. So basically, you can have 3 items attuned to you, mate. If you just make a note, this is attuned to you. I'm happy for Notepad and D&D Beyond to be a thing. Okay, so you spend a bit of time attuning it to you. It comes into the night. You do your watches, get through the night. The only thing you notice about this night from the one before is it's quieter, a lot more quieter. Again, the morning comes and it feels the next day like the morning has come slowly, like it's dragged and sluggish. It's a very strange feeling that you have. But you all rise. Attain and Lathana are a bit more bright-eyed than yourselves, being of elven ancestry. So you're up and you're ready to go off. You start heading further again to Matrido. You know it's on the map. You know you're going to be there this evening. As you come in, it is so overgrown now that even like you get to like noon, and the trees are overgrown into the pathway. It's thick either side where you can't pass anymore. You've had to go down onto the path. As you approach what is clearly a settlement ahead of you, and it's even from here you can see the buildings are rising high. You can see that there is a short, say 6-foot wall blocking, like coming out of the overgrowth, with a large double gate on it. That both one of the doors one of the gate doors is hung off its hinges. The other one is just sort of slowly rocking away. But that's at a distance. So you reckon in about an hour you're going to be stood in front of them. You get your hour, you get up to the doors. The place is derelict. There is no life there. There is overgrowth on the walls, overgrowth on the doors. Do you go in? Do you go through the doors into the town itself?
Is there like? Is it? Does it look like we can get around it at all? Any?
From where you're stood, you can either go over the wall or to go around it. You wouldn't be able to go through the growth because it's too thick. You'd have to backtrack and then find a way to come into the back of the town. But you don't know how long that'll take or how overgrown it is. Lathana, being who you are and what you are, this is a lot of growth and would probably spread quite far. So any attempt to get around it, you'd guess that it'd take a long time.
Okay.
Sorry, newbie. I never. Lathana, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
You're one of those. I saw you like shaping earth and stuff.
Mhm.
Are you one of the? And you kind of bothered about the trees and being on fire.
Mhm.
Are you kind of one of those people that are in tune to nature and things?
Yes.
I'm looking at the growth in front of us. Is it?
Are you wanting her to part it?
No. I'm not asking to part it. Not asking to part it. Adi, is this growth? Can I see the door on the other side? Is that what you said? There's like a massive load of growth in front of the door.
So the growth is on the door. So either side of the door and the walls, it's just overgrown into the woodland inside of it. And in front of you is a very large double gate. One of the gate doors is hanging off its hinges, so you could see into the town almost if you just peer. And then the other one's just sitting there.
So why don't you ask nicely if we can go through the door? Maybe the plants will listen to you. I don't know how this stuff works.
I can certainly try that. Just bear with me.
Do you have speak to plants?
I do.
Of course you do.
That was a fucking good guess. I put it out there and I got it back.
Quality move, Sam. Quality move.
Okay, so speak of plants.
So you cast speak to plants.
Yeah, I can also ask the plants to kind of, like, I can ask them to perform other tasks on my behalf, to, like, create a door, so to speak.
Okay.
So I
you
think I will
cast
cast
the growth on the gateway in front of you.
no, that's just on speak with.
Okay.
So plants might be able to perform other tasks on your behalf at your GM discretion.
Okay, so what would you like to achieve?
Oh, no, sorry, they can't move about, but they can freely move branches. So I'm assuming we're trying to get into this little area.
It does appear that way, yes.
Yeah. So if
so I can ask them really, really nicely. Allow us passage.
So as you concentrate on the greenery in front of you, you see their vines, and where they've got a grip on the doorway and the growth, they just sort of shudder, and as they start retreating, you just feel an acceptance within your soul that you've connected, and they just feed away. And then as they feed away, it's now noticeable that they were holding the other door on, and now the other one that was on its hinges just falls off, and the secondary door just falls off, and you have an open way into the town.
I hold up my hand in a weird gesture, like anyone up top.
Anyone for an high five?
No.
Tane walks up to you and just walks past.
Leave in my hand. I get it. Newbie, good job.
You can see that this town is clearly bigger than Tool. It is buildings everywhere. As you walk, do you walk into the town?
Naratano, is this area meant to be overgrown?
You have no idea.
No idea. None of.
Right. I
nature always seems to find a way.
I hold out my hand, and some fire starts appearing, and then like a gnarly-looking spider appears, and I whisper to it in abyssal, like, "Go," and send the spider through the door first.
Go. A whisper in abyssal. Get gone.
Oh.
So the spider goes running in through the doorway into the town. You guys can see all the buildings raised up above you, and they sort of veer off around. The spider goes skittering around. You can see everything's old, derelict. It's not been used in, you have no idea how long. It is. There are a lot of the buildings are circular with domed roofs. You see the roofs are made out of like a terracotta tile. You're popping around, you see more, and at the centre, so your spider goes round to the right and the left like an S into the main square. The square's massive, about 3 or 4 times bigger than the square at Tull, where you saw the market square. This was probably where the market was held, or places of commune. You see, your spider sees a great statue that is about 25 feet high. And this statue is a robed figure, so they're stood, their shoulders sort of stooped, their heads down. They've been carved in like a dark marble with a hood up. The features of the face, you can just see the chin. It's deliberate, so you can't see the face of this person. And they just have a very simplistic sword in their hand, and there is some celestial writing.
I can read that.
On the stonework.
As I'm focused on it, like my eyes are closed, I'm describing what the spider's seeing.
But you see, the spider sees no sign of life. The odd leaf floats past. This place has been abandoned for a lot longer than you'd expect.
When the spider eventually gets back, I stick my fingers in it, disintegrates into the ground like some ember, and this town is empty.
Ah. Well,
you would have thought it was quite a trade route looking at the map.
Why don't we take it slow then? be cautious.
We shouldn't stay here long, I don't think. We should grab whatever supplies we can grab and we should leave.
Perhaps don't disturb anything, though. Like, pick one building, stay in there, leave.
Should... I was going to say we could split up and try and find supplies, but... Do we need anything else? Do we need anything?
We have food. We have...
Whilst you are discussing that, Snowball.
Yo,
roll initiative.
Oh, shit balls. This is going to end badly. And by that, I mean badly. Natural 20 on initiative, so...
It's so bad, guys.
Literally can't do fuck all bar beat people up.
So that's 21 for initiative total.
Right, you go first. What do? You've got these two clearly demonic entities in front of you now in this beautiful scale mail. One's got two scimitars. The other one's got a very beautifully carved staff. They're just staring at you. She's swinging her scimitars just loosely. He's just twirling his staff. I can't believe you got out of the cage, if I'm honest. That's a long way to fall. And then initiative. Go. What do you do, Sandrax?
Fuck. Shit. I've got... Right, fine. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast... I'm going to cast protection. Oh no, wait, that is an action. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Is that +2 AC?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna stab one of them with the sword, I suppose.
So you can get to the succubus, so the sister, with your movement, but you won't be able to get to the brother.
That'll do.
So you go flying over to her, roll your attack. Bear in mind you're level 5 now, so you've got 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
You 4 roll perception checks, and I'll come to you in a sec.
24.
That hits. Second one.
Is the second attack on any sort of penalty?
No.
All right. 24 and 26, respectively.
Jesus. Right, roll your damage.
So what damage is it per attack for this sword?
It is a D6, normally a D8, plus your strength modifier.
Right, so that's 8.
So because it's rusty, it's only a D6.
So 8 damage on the first attack, 6 damage on the second.
14. So perception check, you 4.
Natural 20.
What's your total, Malza?
20.
Mine's 23.
Nala? 5? Total, yeah? Lathana?
15.
And a 10. Which is going to kill me. Right. Sandrax, you go smashing forward with this rusted longsword. She brings her 2 scimitars up to block you, but you literally, you're quite committed to this. Both her blades come up to block both your attacks, and they're just a fraction of a second too slow. And your blade cuts across her arm and then one across her cheek, and her face opens up quite a deep gash. She screams. What were you lot rolling? Perception, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Argon and Lathana and Malzef, you hear this screaming coming from inside the temple. inside the town.
Well, we better go and look what that is before we set down camp.
It's a scream of pain, and we shall leave it there.
I hate you.
Oh.
I hate you.
It's 5:11.
You are literally the devil. Wait, you really are.
Right, 2 questions. Is it Tuesday yet?
Right, so we'll leave it there. It's going to be a fight, and it'll probably go on a fair amount of time, and I don't want to do a fight and stop halfway. So
it's not going to be that long a fight for me. I'm only on 11 hit points, mate.
Well, you shouldn't have jumped out of a fucking 80-foot cage.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy that I'm wearing this armor.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching, guys. It's been bouncing up between 8 viewers, 9 viewers, 6 viewers. So, thanks a lot for tuning in and listening to us lunatics have a go. Maria, thank you very much for joining us. Snowball, good to have you back.
Hey.
Rest of you, you're good. We love you. Hopefully, we'll get Noodle back next week. She's tired, bless her. She's had a rough weekend. We'll let her off. Magic Madhouse, www.magicmadhouse.co.uk, www.thegameshop.aldershot.co.uk. Thank you very much for sponsoring us. Get on their websites and have a look. If you live near Aldershot, great. The manager Dave's a brilliant guy, do loads of stuff. Tell him I sent you. He won't give you a discount, but next Monday, look out for us giving some notifications so we can see Mr. Eduardo. Give us a wave, Eduardo. He will be Dungeon Mastering next Monday, and you'll get to see my lovely face play and some other people play as well.
Just some of us.
Well, the one that's whinging about it, he'll be playing as well. Thank you very much. Look out for it on YouTube. Let all your pals know. Get me more followers. Thank you, Jade, for following us. Thank you, Fable Prince, for following us today. Love you all, and see you next Tuesday.
Bye. Night.
Now the fun of ending the stream.
Never.